All right, so multitude of reactions. First one, totally preventable play. Chris Carter laughs when I say this, but this is why trying to take that weak side charge is a dangerous play that should be eliminated from basketball. Aaron Baines' foot is 7 inches taller than Steph Curry, 80 pounds heavier. Go up and contest or get out the way, because this is what can happen. I've been saying this for 3 years. The worst thing in basketball is these big guys trying to come over, take these weak side charges instead of going up and playing defense, because it's dangerous for both players. Now, one of our best players in the league is sidelined. Some injuries you can't prevent. This is preventable, but everybody takes these damn weak side charges. All right, I'm off my high horse on that. Now to the actual impact.
Okay.
For the Warriors, you can argue it's a blessing in disguise. For the Warriors, that team's not going to be great this year anyway. They now are going to have a higher draft pick. Steph, after 5 straight trips to the NBA Finals, 5 straight 100-ish game seasons, a little less because he's missed some time due to injury, but 5 straight very long seasons. He can recuperate, rest. They can maybe up D'Angelo Russell's trade value as far as featuring him. So for the Warriors, aside from the people who paid a few $1 million for the PSLs in their new Chase Center in San Francisco, this is not devastating, it's just disappointing. For Stephen Curry, Chris, I find this very, very disappointing. Not just because he's going to miss time, but he's going to miss an opportunity. He's going to miss the opportunity that LeBron James had a couple years ago, the year Kyrie left. Everyone knew that Cavs team couldn't win the title, but we're able to see LeBron as a one-man show, and a lot of people say that might be his best individual regular season ever. The opportunity Russell Westbrook had the year when KD left, before Paul George got there, where he leads the league in scoring, averages a triple-double, and puts his team on his back. Hell, we can go back 25 years. The opportunity Scottie Pippen had the year Jordan retired the first time, when he gets the Bulls to 55 wins, to the playoffs, is an MVP candidate. Steph was going to have that opportunity this year to remind everyone that the old hashtag Steph better actually is true. That opportunity has now been taken from him. Maybe the Warriors are better long-term because of it, but for Steph, this is devastating.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you go, Nick Wright, saying that Steph Curry has never led a basketball team, and he doesn't get the opportunity to do what LeBron and Russ have done in their careers. Never led a team. 2013, and shout out to Buki Allen once again for giving me this video request about Steph Curry has never led this team, and this stupid notion and this BS narrative that Stephen Curry has never led a team and that he's only had Kevin Durant in his career. I'm just going to go to it. 2013, you know, Mark Jackson's 2nd season as head coach. Let's see. Steph Curry has a breakout season, sets the NBA record for most threes in the season with 272 threes, because I believe Ray Allen had the record at that thing previously with 269, if I'm not mistaken, or I could be wrong. But Steph Curry set the record with 272, right? Then the Warriors won 47 games and went to the 2nd round with Klay Thompson coming off the bench, Draymond Green coming off the bench. Those guys weren't even starters, and Steph Curry led them to 47 wins without any All-Stars. Mark Jackson changing the culture and making them an improved defensive team in the Western Conference. So Steph Curry has a breakout season. The Warriors win 47 games, but somehow Steph Curry has never led a team, you know, without All-Stars. Well, according to that roster, there was no All-Star on that Warriors team. 2014, Steph Curry makes the All-Star team for the first time in his career. The Warriors win 51 games. Helps lead them. Draymond Green coming off the bench. This is when this was Iguodala's first season, but Iguodala was not an All-Star that year, I believe. Steph Curry and Klay Thompson once again. I don't think he was a starter yet. I think he was coming off the bench, or he probably might have started to start mid-season. But even with that, still, Curry was the only All-Star on that team, and they won 51 games. They just happened to lose in the first round this time in 7 games to the Los Angeles Clippers. But Steph Curry never led a team. Let's see, 2015, new coach, some new players. Let's see. How about the unexpected 67 wins. Best record in the NBA. Top-ranked offense and top-ranked defense. Something that nobody saw coming with a new head coach, with a new coaching system, coaching staff, and new players coming off the bench. Draymond Green starting, Klay Thompson starting. And with one All-Star in Klay Thompson, who ended up making his first All-Star team in 2015, Curry wins the MVP. Who saw that coming? Nobody. And as the undisputed leader of the Golden State Warriors, you may look at him now as a high-octane beta, but he was the best player on the Golden State Warriors. He drew the most attention on the Golden State Warriors because of his ability to shoot with the marksmanship that he shoots. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, Curry won the MVP 2015. He should have won Finals MVP, but we know what happened with that. Media bias. Iguodala won it. I'm not trying to discredit Iguodala, but people forget the impact that David Lee said. David Lee's constant motion freed up Steph Curry because at one point there was poor spacing with the Cavaliers defense and their trapping of Steph Curry. Once David Lee came into the game, that all changed. See, they only talk about Iguodala, but see, one of the unsung heroes was David Lee, and nobody talks about that. Iguodala has more room because of him. It wasn't just the fact that Iguodala played well. And remember, he predicates off of Curry's attention. Why is it that nobody mentions this? They just want to talk about that. Just Curry, why did he fail and getting locked up by Matthew Dellavedova? I told you once again, and I said it before, he wasn't just being guarded by Dellavedova. He wasn't just being guarded by him. What is it that people don't understand about that? I'm not sitting here saying Curry's top 10. I'm not sitting here just saying Curry's the best player in the NBA. I'm telling you, get your facts straight and use context. It's okay. You don't like Steph Curry. I get it. Okay? He's in high-octane beta. That's fine. But when we're talking about his career up to the point before Kevin Durant joined, Klay Thompson was the only All-Star that Steph Curry had in their championship season with 67 wins that nobody saw coming. Remember, this Golden State team came out of nowhere. People thought that they peaked way too soon. And even after they won 2015, people were saying that was a fluke championship because LeBron was without Kyrie and Kevin Love. What happens the very next year? Steph Curry with Klay Thompson and then Draymond making the team because he's on that team. Yes, he played a contributed part, helped lead them to 73 wins. What was Curry's season? 30 points, 6 rebounds, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 50-40-90, unanimous MVP in NBA history. It was off of that narrative that the Golden State Warriors were looked at as a juggernaut. It was the wins, Curry's 50-40-90 season, averaging 30 points per game. He was being looked at as the best player in the NBA by the media, and he became such a big media darling. That was why people were viewing Golden State differently. But if you look at their team in actuality, they're a team that has Curry becoming the superstar that he became. The players are a product of the system. Their role players thrive in the system that they play in. They had the deepest bench in the league because of their ability to shoot the basketball. They had a lot of shooters on their team. But they didn't have guys that could create their own shot. And that's what fans have been fooling you with. Especially the media and Nick Wright. They boost the Warriors to such a high regard to make excuses for LeBron James. That's what they do. But to sit here and say that Steph Curry has never led a team, that he's always played with these all-stars, it just lets you know that they don't watch basketball. Curry led that team in 2013 with no all-stars. Curry led them in 2014 as being the only all-star, and that was Curry's first all-star appearance. The very next year, with just Klay Thompson as his co-all-star, lead the Warriors to 67 wins, wins an MVP, and wins an NBA championship. Then in 2016, has a unanimous MVP season. Klay Thompson and Draymond Green become all-stars. So what is that telling you? Not only the system, but the fact that it's run through Steph makes the players around him actually better. They play as a well-oiled machine, and that's what the Golden State Warriors are. Because I'm going to say it again. Talent-wise, they're not as talented as you would say a LeBron, Kyrie, and Kevin Love. I told you, if you play a pickup game of 3-on-3, who are you going to take? Steph, Klay, and Dre, or LeBron, Kyrie, and K-Love? I take my chances with LeBron, Kyrie, and K-Love. And I said this a million times, but people just don't want to get it. So Steph never led a team. Nick Wright. It's like you didn't learn from when you got exposed for the 2015 Finals MVP voting process. This dude never learns, man. I mean, but what can what do you expect from a guy who looks like Gonzo? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Nick the Squidward Gonzo from the Muppets. Wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, shout out to Bookie Allen for the video request. This is Lewis back with another one. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, as always. Triple L's, live, laugh, love. I'm serving them to Nick wrong, since he always, that's what we do, serve up L's to people who don't know a goddamn thing about basketball list.